Everyone, welcome to the Royce Reports. I am your host, Royce, and today we're going to be talking about two big showcases that have kind of fallen a little bit flat and how this sets up Xbox's game showcase to be able to be the vacuum in the space and to kind of save the gaming sphere as we know it. So let's talk about it. So as you may know, the PlayStation Showcase kind of debuted to lukewarm results. And with Summer Game Fest that also just happened, a lot of that same criticism is felt towards this showcase. It was kind of lackluster and all the same issues that a lot of people had with the PlayStation Showcase, with games not really being the big wow moments, and also showing off some movie and shows. It wasn't really something that a lot of gamers were wanting to be a part of. It's not something that got us excited and invigorated and made me happy to be a gamer and to be able to play these games. But regardless, I think it still was a very solid show. We got a lot of great updates on some pretty heavy hitters. We had some Mortal Kombat gameplay. We ended up getting some Alan Wake 2 gameplay, and we also got a bunch of different announcements that were surprising. And for all the Final Fantasy fans out there, you're getting a new mobile game as well as some burritos, and you're going to be getting some more news on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So there was definitely some stuff there, but the thing is, it was still missing that one more thing, that big bada boom, the big thing that is supposed to get us all excited. I don't think it really had that here at this showcase. A lot of people were speculating that Persona was going to be there. That ended up not being a no-show. A lot of people were speculating that Cyberpunk DLC was also going to be at the showcase. And again, that was a no-show. So you can kind of assume that those games are going to be shown at the Xbox Game Showcase. Also, there's some leaks that have already occurred by Atlus themselves because they posted it on their Instagram page. But Persona 3 Reload, which is going to be a remake for the Persona franchise, is coming to Xbox, and it's coming to Game Pass day and date. Also, Persona 5 T, which is Persona 5 Tactical, is also going to be a little spin-off that is coming from the Persona 5 series and is also going to be coming to Game Pass and Xbox day and date. So again, that's a leak that ended up kind of taking that thunder away from Xbox. You know, a lot of fans were hoping to see some Persona information, and it would have been awesome to be able to see it at the Xbox Showcase along with the rest of the world. But Atlus kind of went and messed that up on their own accord. But we all kind of knew, we were all expecting a Persona announcement, so this isn't really too shocking in the first place. But I want to talk about Summer Game Fest just a little bit more and talk about how some of the stuff that they did have here just wasn't the best light to be shown in. For example, they had the lead director from Spider-Man 2 come out and talk about Spider-Man Play the Game, which they actually announced the date here, which is October 20th. October 20th, 2023 is when we're finally going to be able to get that date, which it seems like a lot of rumors were pegging it to be September, the same month as when Starfield is going to be coming out. And it seems like they kind of just backed up from that date and chose a later date. And I think this is a smart move for both parties, for Starfield and for Spider-Man, to allow both of these games to kind of breathe, because these are going to be big, heavy hitters. And if you ask me, if you did put these two together in a room and had them fight, which one would prevail, I think Starfield would prevail over Spider-Man. And I know that Spider-Man has the Spider-Man IP attached to it, but it is coming only to a PlayStation 5, and the PlayStation 5 install base is much lower than the Xbox and the PC, right? Both of those combined obviously outweigh more units than what the PS5 has. And because it's Bethesda, you know, a lot of people are going to be getting involved with this. So I think it was smart for both of them, because again, this is just not just for the success of Spider-Man, not just for the success of Starfield, but being able to go and having us as gamers have the time to be able to kind of dip our toes into both of these and not have to struggle between that. But that is all they showed for Spider-Man. And what is so bizarre to me was that the PlayStation Showcase was not that long ago. It was just a few weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and you could have announced that there, but they didn't. They held it for the Keighleys, and I have to give the same flack that I was giving Halo when they did it with, or Microsoft did it with Halo Infinite. When they didn't show Halo Infinite at their own showcase, they waited until the Keighleys to give him the multiplayer reveal and all of that, when that could have been saved for your own show. And that's just so weird and bizarre to me. I don't know why they decided to go that route. And this also is for Final Fantasy VII Remake. They decided to show at the Summer Game Fest, which is the game that was kind of a tease towards at the beginning of the show, saying like it's a huge surprise that no one is going to expect. But when they showed off Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I wasn't surprised. We've already seen the game before. This is not something new. Like, we know this game is coming, and we know there's another game coming after that. And now they try to show off the title and say it's coming with 2 discs, as if I'm supposed to be impressed by that. That means that the install size is going to be huge and massive. That's not impressive. That's annoying. And I can't imagine as people who are physical collectors are going to go and buy this and be like, cool, I got 2 discs on this thing. So retro, so hip. Wow, it's not something that you should be bragging about. It's not something I'm impressed of. Like, who cares? There's a lot of things that are occurring here that are detracting from the game itself and the announcement itself. And because of the close relationship with Square and Sony, I thought that would be a perfect time for Sony to use that for their own show. But I don't know if it was because Square has a commitment to Keighley, or if Sony has a commitment to Keighley, that they're just like, here you go, here's 2 big announcements that we could have used for our own show to kind of boost the public opinion of ourselves, and we're just going to give it to you. Because again, even if Keighley didn't have those, I feel like the show would have been the same. I would have felt the same about it, which wasn't very good. All the things that we did see, like Space Marines 40K, I thought that looked great. I think a lot of the games that showed gameplay for looked great, and I was interested in quite a few of them. But they spent a lot of time on Alan Wake 2, and this is something that I kind of want to talk about a little bit, is the gameplay aspect of what they showed. They showed something that was already in the trailer, and this was supposed to be a deep dive into the gameplay aspects of Alan Wake. And I didn't really get a whole lot from it that I didn't already know or expect from the trailer that they already showed beforehand. And it was just kind of a cutout of that. The big set piece was the guy with the deer head bursting through the wall and you shooting him and killing him. That was the whole trailer. You couldn't see half of the screen because everything is so dark, and the light source on the flashlight is so bright that it is just distorting everything that it is touching. And so you only have about a third of the screen that you're actually capable of using. This doesn't seem smooth. It doesn't seem like a very fun gameplay oriented game. It looks like it's probably going to be a really great story, because Remedy does tell great story games, but at the same time, what they showed wasn't very impressive. And then the trailer that they cut in at the end was the same trailer we already seen. So it wasn't anything new. Mortal Kombat 1, I think, stole the show, in my opinion. It really did a great job at showing people who are fans of that what to expect. And it shows me that, like, maybe I'm missing out on something, because I'm not really much of a fighting game enthusiast, but that game looks really good. It looks really fun. And so I might have to go and try to get my hands on that. So there's just a lot going on here, right? there's a lot of gaming going on right now, but the 2 biggest events that we've had so far, being the PlayStation Showcase and now the Summer Game Fest, have kind of fallen a little bit flat. I feel like they have flopped, even though I think that they're both 7s. I think they're both strong 7s. It's just that if you look at the Sony gameplay, or the Sony showcase, and you say, okay, as a showcase for the platform, as a platform holder, you're not really inspiring much hope here for the future, when you just show me nothing but CGI trailers for games that are going to be live service games that I'm not really a big fan of anyways. And this Summer Game Fest not really having that big punch that it needed. And I feel like this puts a lot of weight on Xbox's shoulders for this showcase on Sunday. And I feel like they need something big to kind of uplift everybody and to take the cake and run, because they really don't have to do a whole lot, really, in my opinion. They just have to show out with Avowed, Forza, Starfield, and Hellblade. And I think that a lot of people are going to declare Xbox the winner for this year. And what sucks is that it seems like it's really easy for Xbox to have that win. I want them to earn the win. I think that they kind of are now getting those layups. They're getting those layups, and I hope that they can take it and move along with it, because we really need to see them be aggressive. And this is their first time that they have been very aggressive in terms of marketing for their own showcase. So again, they're hyping it up. A lot of people are hyping this showcase up, and it has a lot of weight on their shoulders right now because of the 2 lackluster showcases that we've had. We don't want a third one, and it's, you know, they can't mess this up. But like I said before, Microsoft is known to do crazy things, and they've been known to fumble whenever they get the chance to get a touchdown here. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm curious about what you guys think. What do you guys think of the PlayStation Showcase? What do you guys think of the Summer Game Fest Showcase? And what were your standouts for those showcases? Was it Twisted Metal? I hope not, because Twisted Metal looks terrible. I have not seen a game turn into a movie adaptation that I hate so much without even seeing them drive their cars. The whole point of Twisted Metal is fighting in cars, and they decided to show you a video of Anthony Mackie calling it in and having Sweet Tooth come in and act the way he does and to have the most terrible lines possible. It does not give me any hope whatsoever. And I think it was probably my favorite announcement at the game show because it was hilarious. I had a good time watching it and laughing at it. But this is, again, not what we want at our game shows. We want games, not TV shows or movies. But let me know what you guys thought of the game showcase. And do you think that this puts a lot of weight on Xbox? Do you think that Xbox has an easy win now? Or do you think they're going to mess it up? With all the leaks that are occurring now, with the leaks from Hi-Fi Rush DLC, with probably a Cyberpunk reveal for their DLC, and with Persona all being kind of leaked, what do you guys expect at the game showcase? Let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you for just listening if you listen to this far. So thank you. I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Remember, take it easy.